Whether the 14th Amendment applies, I'll let the court make that decision. But he certainly supported an insurrection.
Former President Donald Trump could be excluded from the GOP primary ballot in several states under an obscure section of the U.S. Constitution.
Donald Trump is a qualified candidate for the presidency, and he has every right to be voted on. And more importantly, all voters have a right to choose him if they want.
Here's what we know now. What is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment?
In addition to the Constitution, it basically set new constitutional rules for American citizens in the aftermath of the Civil War and Reconstruction. And Section 3 of the 14th Amendment dealt with office holding and says that no one can be a federal office holder, a member of Congress, if they are guilty of insurrection.
There are more than a dozen lawsuits in states on this issue. How are states deciding this section does or does not apply to Trump?
At least two states, Colorado and Maine, have decided that the Section 3 of the 14th Amendment does pertain to presidential candidates and does pertain to Trump because of his involvement in the insurrection of January 6, 2021, when supporters of his attacked the U.S. Capitol. Other states, including Michigan and Minnesota, their courts have simply ruled that the 14th Amendment does not apply to U.S. presidents.
So there are two cases likely headed to the Supreme Court. How could a Supreme Court decision affect elections?
Well, if they rule in Trump's favor, it'll basically end this effort to try to keep him off the ballot because of January 6th, and it will probably, short-circuit any efforts in future years to keep any candidate off the ballot, because the court would probably decide that the Section 3 of the 14th Amendment doesn't apply to presidential candidates. If the Supreme Court rules against Trump, it's going to be a free-for-all. I think you'll see challenges to presidential candidates from here to dozens of years out.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out these other videos from USA Today to stay up to date with all the latest news.